So the first picket was in May, Memorial Day weekend, 2001, at the Gage Park.
1991.
I meant to say 1991. See, good thing he's here to correct me. So that was 22 years ago, because we're now to Memorial Day this year. And it was at Gage Park, and we had been trying to get the city to clean up the park as far as there being gays there trolling and having sex in the bathrooms and propositioning the little kids when they went to the bathrooms or over into the bushes. And so after trying for 2 years to get the mayor to clean it up, after he promised he would, then we got some signs, and they weren't very big signs. They were, about 2 by 4 maybe,
That big.
that said, watch your kids, gays in the restroom, those kinds of things. Not anything about God or God hating anybody or anything like that. And but then the first people who came out in opposition to us were the churches.
Right.
They're the ones that brought God into the discussion, and at that point we can't get lockjaw. We have to respond and say what the Bible actually says, which is that God hates fags. And so when we brought the first sign out, it actually said God hates gays. All hell broke loose. And then all the churches in town put a big ad in the newspaper saying that God loves everybody. And of course he doesn't.
Yeah, and it was their response to those very moderate signs. One of them that we carried reminded everybody that sodomy in Kansas at the time was still a crime, as it was in many states. It was still a crime. Their response wasn't anything except God loves everybody. That was the response before we had anything about God on any of our signs. And then what that basically did is it showed us just how far gone the churches in this country really were, that they didn't have any moral authority, they didn't have any handle on God and his word, and that they were to blame for the moral condition of this country. And so we very quickly shifted into picketing the churches and standing out in front of churches on a regular basis.